Hello and welcome back to another episode of Prehistoric Speculation, where today we are going to be looking at all of the confirmed creatures for Jurassic World Evolution 2. These are confirmed from various different sources, whether that be Frontier themselves or the Game Informer article that was released a couple weeks ago. So, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, we're going to start with dinosaurs that we know in the game already that have been officially announced by Frontier and were in the last game as well. So, obviously, starting with Tyrannosaurus Rex, in the first game, been in every single Jurassic movie, been in, I'm pretty sure, every single game. It was a clear choice to me in this game. It would be pretty odd if it wasn't, to be fair, you know? It's just it's a staple of not only Jurassic World and Park at this point, but just dinosaurs in general. It is by far the most famous, and it makes so much sense for it to be in the game. So yeah, good job Frontier for choosing it to be in the game. So, moving on from that, we have Triceratops. Triceratops has been in pretty much all of the Jurassic movies. On top of that, it was in Jurassic World Evolution 1 as one of the starter dinosaurs you'd get, so that makes sense for it to be back in the game. Yeah, it's just a really big staple dinosaur of the franchise at this point, with the scene with Dr. Alan Grant and Triceratops in Jurassic Park 1, and it's been in pretty much all of the games, I believe. And other than that, it's probably the second most popular dinosaur behind T-Rex. So, yeah, again, sort of makes sense for it to be in the game. So, moving on from that, we have Stegosaurus, which is, again, another quite popular dinosaur. We saw it in Jurassic Park 2. It was very cute in that, with the baby Stegosaurus and all that. It was in Jurassic World Evolution 1 as well. It wasn't a huge chance on that because its social stats were really hard to care for, so not many people put it in their parks. But yeah, it was in Jurassic World Evolution 1, and we have seen the species profile for it was released today. So yeah, you can go watch that over on the Jurassic World Evolution 2 YouTube channel. It's a very good species profile. We learn loads of new stuff about it. Sorry I haven't got an analysis of it yet. I probably won't be doing one on it because I was a bit late to the game and everyone else has already done one. So yeah, I'll try and do one for whatever the next species profile is anyway, so subscribe if you want to see that. Anyway, moving on from that, we have seen the Brachiosaurus. The Brachiosaurus, again, is one of the first dinosaurs I think we see in Jurassic Park, where they're all in the car and they get out and then they're all looking in awe, and we've seen it in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We saw it in screenshots when they originally announced it, and we have had a species field guide for it. I think it was the second species field guide that we got. It's looking very nice in the game. It's very bulky, it's very long, as Brachiosauruses often are. So yeah, it's just a very nice looking dinosaur. It's in the game, makes sense. Probably the most popular sauropod out there. So yeah, that makes sense, that's good. So, moving on from that, we have seen, I'm just looking through my list, Nosutoceratops. We have seen Nosutoceratops in Battle of Big Rock, and it was added, to coincide with Battle of Big Rock, it was added into Jurassic World Evolution, the first game. Yeah, and we've also already seen it. It was in the announcement trailer for the game, and we've also seen screenshots of it on the website as well. So yeah, it's pretty much official. It's in the game. I really like the design of it. It's very similar to a cross between just a Triceratops and a bull with the horns. The horns in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 on it are looking very nice. They're more accurate than in the first game anyway, which is very nice. And the detail on it it's incredible. Like, compared to the first game at least, where most dinosaurs look plasticky. Everything we've seen so far from Jurassic World Evolution 2 has been very detailed and animalistic, basically. Now, we're going to move on to dinosaurs that we have seen announced from Frontier, but are new to the game and won in the first game. First, these dinosaurs is Amargasaurus. Amargasaurus is a small sauropod that has spines running along its back. We have seen screenshots of it, we see it in the announcement trailer, and we've had a species profile for it. And yeah, it's looking great. It's one of the cutest dinosaurs in the franchise, basically. It's got a tiny head and a thick neck. It's looking very cute. Some scary spines on it though, a little bit. Yeah, but still looking very nice, and yeah, excited to see that in the game. The next new dinosaur we have is Coelophysis. Coelophysis is a small Troodon-like creature in its shape and build, and we've had a species profile for that, which I have done an analysis on, and you can watch if you go onto my channel page below. And yeah, it's looking very nice. We've seen some beautiful interactions with it. It's got some nice skins. We've seen one with like a strike of yellow lightning going down its back, which looks very nice. It's like a go faster stripe, very cool. And yeah, it's just a really nice looking dinosaur, and it adds a lot to the game, I think, and diversity and all that sort of stuff, because we didn't have many small theropods on release of the game, and the ones we did, because there isn't much variation between them, they had to add a fin onto the Deinonychus to try and make it stand out, turning into some weird tadpole creature. So, anyway, moving on to the 2 reptiles we have had announced for the game. The first flying reptile being Pteranodon. This was announced from the launch of the game, pretty much. It was in the announcement trailer. We've seen screenshots of it. We've even seen a GIF of it posted by the Game Informer article. And yeah, it's looking very nice. They fly freely around the air enclosure. There's other videos about that if you want to look more into that. But yeah, we know there will be other flying reptiles announced, but the only one we know about at the moment is the Pteranodon, so that's the only one I'm going to cover in this video, because these are the ones that are confirmed. So, moving on from that, we have the first aquatic creature in the game, the Mosasaurus. This has been announced by Frontier over on their Twitter in replies and things like that, and we saw it at the end of the Jurassic World Evolution 2 announcement trailer. As like a little Marvel post-credit scene sort of thing. So yeah, everyone's really excited for that. It's not going to be the only aquatic reptile. There will be others that Frontier have said there will be others. We don't know what they are yet, so again, not covering them. But yeah, it's very exciting. Looks very cool. We have no idea how it works yet. We haven't seen any of it in game, but we know it is coming, which is very cool. So, those are all of the dinosaurs that have been officially announced by Frontier. Now we're going to move on to those that we know about through the Game Informer article, okay? So, the first dinosaur that I'm going to talk about is Acrocanthosaurus. This is one of the dinosaurs that the Game Informer editor has seen in the game. So, yeah, it was in the first Jurassic World Evolution, and I don't believe it's been in any other things in the Jurassic franchise, I don't think. In the first Jurassic World Evolution, it had very nice skin patterns, but its design was, left a lot to be desired. It didn't really have so much of a sail as it was just really chunky. And a lot of people saw issue with that, again, myself included, because that's not how it would have looked, I don't think, in reality. I think it would have had more spines sort of thing going down the back of it. And even if it isn't fully scientifically accurate, I'm not too sure about it, but I think it would just look much better than it did in the game anyway, because it didn't really differentiate itself much from the other large carnivores. So yeah, anyway, moving on to the next one that has been shown by Game Informer, we have the Allosaurus. The Allosaurus in the first game was actually based off of the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom model of the Allosaurus, which was a juvenile Allosaurus. Since then, we have seen the Allosaurus again in Battle of Big Rock, where it is an adult version. The adult version is a lot more rougher looking, with a lot more things like spikes along the back of it, and it is just much more cooler looking than the much more smooth, rounded Allosaurus we saw in Jurassic World Evolution. So hopefully in the second game, because Battle of Big Rock wasn't out at the time of Jurassic World Evolution 1, so in the second game we should hopefully see the Battle of Big Rock version looking very, very cool. Moving on to the next one, we have Ankylosaurus. This is one that sort of makes sense. It's been in Jurassic World, it was in Jurassic Park 3. It's just a nice looking dinosaur. It's the only armoured dinosaur other than Stegosaurus, I believe, we've seen so far. So yeah, it's very nice to see. It's sort of expected because it's quite a big part of the Jurassic franchise. But yeah, it's nice to have confirmation that it is in the game. The next one is Baryonyx. Baryonyx is a very controversial dinosaur due to the design that they chose for it in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Because the design they chose was less than optimal, in Jurassic World Evolution 1, the design was not very crocodilian-like or realistic at all. It was similar to the Spinosaurus in the way that it is much less like its actual ancestor and much more like an actual large theropod, more akin to T-Rex than a crocodile, basically. Not only that, but the skins in the first game were pretty poor for it, so it didn't even have that redeeming it like the Acrocanthosaurus did. And yeah, so if it is in the second game, we'd like to see, if it can't be redesigned because of its appearance in Fallen Kingdom, at least some nicer skins for it, hopefully to try and make up for its design a little bit. So, moving on from that, the Game Informer article also talks about the Camarasaurus. The Camarasaurus has not been seen in any of the movies or TV shows, but it has been seen in JPOG, I believe, and yeah, I remember having one in my park, I think. It's also been in Jurassic World the game, and a few other things like that. So, yeah, it's just a nice looking sauropod, basically, to add a bit more variation within the sauropod area. It was quite popular in the first game. It was my favourite sauropod in the first game, by quite a way, actually. I did very like the Camarasaurus, and I'm really happy it's in the next game. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you feel like it, and you want to keep up with this news on Prehistoric Kingdom, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Primal Carnage, other dinosaur games, please subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, or think there's anything I've missed, please comment and like if you enjoyed. And so, yes, thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.